So as you can see, I'm in my car, which means finally I get to leave the house for a bit. It is time for my annual pilgrimage to the Spirit Halloween store. Are you ready, Dr. McCoy? Dr. McCoy says he's ready. Let's go. So this year, there was a lot of rumors earlier that the Halloween stores might not open. But they are open, and I am on my way. We're gonna head out, we're gonna see what they have. I'm gonna take you along with me and we'll film some of the stuff, see if there's anything good, and we'll see what we can find. I think with a year like this, as crazy as everything has been, Halloween is probably even more important than ever before. I think as much as people are saying, oh, we're gonna cancel Halloween, or, you know, there's not gonna be any trick-or-treaters, so what's the point? Well, I say nonsense. Halloween is, you know, everyone's favorite holiday, right? So, the more we can do in terms of decorating, haunting, buying costumes, whatever it takes, and we'll see what they have at the store, all the better, right? And if no trick-or-treaters come, I'll just eat their candy. It's just a little bit up the road, so I have a bit of a drive ahead of me. Under the heading of everything happens at the worst possible time, yesterday I tried to get out of bed and my back completely seized up. So I'm feeling a little bit better, but hopefully good enough that, that I'm able to actually make it around the store without hurting myself too much. Oh, there's some glare there, that's better. You know, those of us who are more serious into Halloween and decorating and haunting usually make homemade props a lot of the time, so I don't always find things at the Halloween store that are, you know, really to my liking. But the thing of it is, there's always something there for anyone's taste, really. They'll always have some kind of animatronics, and they may not be professional grade, but they're good enough for most people's house. They're good enough for my house. They'll usually have some costumes. Again, maybe not professional grade. You might not wear it if you're working in a professional haunted house. But if you're just trying to scare some trick-or-treaters, you really can't go wrong. And of course, you know, Spirit Halloween isn't the only good store to visit for Halloween. I'll also be visiting some other stores. I'm gonna swing through, I've heard Home Depot has some good things. I've heard Lowe's has some good things. I'll probably swing through Michael's and Hobby Lobby. We'll just see what they all have. For this video, for right now, we're gonna visit Spirit Halloween because that's sort of the granddaddy of them all. And then in another video, maybe later today, I'll film it. I don't know, depends on how long things take. But in another video, I'll visit some of the other stores. The thing that kind of sucks about this year, never mind just all of the strife and tragedies and everything, and never mind being stuck at home. One of the things that's really kind of sucked for me personally this year is this is a brand new car, and I don't even have 1,000 miles on it yet because I've been stuck at home all year. So it's kind of nice to get out with Dr. McCoy. Get out with Dr. McCoy, get on the road a little bit, just not stuck in the house. So even if I don't find anything at the store, this is a good thing for me to do. Looks like it's gonna be a miserably warm day today. According to my thermometer, it's already 80 degrees and it's still fairly early in the morning, so I'm out in the heat, suffering, so I can show you what they have at the Halloween stores. Aren't I good to y'all? I can see the big yellow banner from here. Just gotta turn into the parking lot and there will be lots of creepy, spooky goodness in my immediate future. I know you can't see it with the angle that I have the camera, but they, in addition to their banner on the front, they have a lot of banners, small banners on the side of the street, letting people know that they're open. I think that's a good thing. There were all those rumors that they weren't going to open. People were saying Halloween was going to be canceled. Nonsense, of course. You can't cancel Halloween. Even if you can cancel some of the events, you can't cancel Halloween. And fortunately, the fine people at Spirit Halloween agree. They've been open for a few weeks now. I haven't made it out until today. There's the Halloween store. I have arrived. Good times ahead. Pretty much an abandoned parking lot. That's unfortunate. Suppose that'll be good for me. I won't have to find my way around a ton of other people. Maybe not good for business. Although I guess early September, it's still fairly early for most people. They don't do the sort of thing that we do. All right, but I'm here. I'm parked. Dr. McCoy's gonna wait in the car while I shop. I'm gonna turn this camera off, move some things around, and I'll be filming on my cell phone when we get inside. Because they'll probably have music, I'm not gonna be doing live sound. I'll do a voiceover later. If some of the animatronics require sound, maybe I'll bring in small bits of sound from in the store, but that should be all I'll be able to do. All right, let's do this.
And there it is, the Promised Land, the official beginning of everyone's favorite season. Let's head inside and see what they have. At the front of the store, they have some of their best animatronics set up in a nice display. Let's see what this figure does. So that's a nice little jump scare there. And then around the corner, they have this clown. Creepy looking fellow. Let's see what he does.
It's all fun and games till somebody loses their soul.
Okay, nothing too exciting, but pretty creepy. And then there's this Scarecrow. Okay, that's a nice one. That's a really good scare. I love that one.
I've been waiting for you to come out and play. What took you so long?
Okay, not my favorite. Creepy. I like the creepy clowns. Nothing too exciting in terms of the animatronics. But around the corner, we have Sam from Trick or Treat. And, of course, Pennywise. Oh, Pennywise gets taller. And then here, please don't try on the masks. A bit of a unfortunate sign of the times, but it's nice to know they're keeping safety in mind. They do have a nice assortment of masks. There's Jigsaw, Michael Myers, lots of good masks. There's a Plague Doctor there, that's always fun, especially for this year. And then they have these bloody knives. Not great realistic props, but they're a lot of fun, good for Halloween parties or that sort of thing. Some movie monsters, other masks. And then there's a wide selection of wigs. If you're looking for one of those sexy costumes, particularly, you might want one of those wigs. Or outrageous wigs like those. And some hats. Some staffs. I like this walking stick with a snake on it. That's a nice touch. And then they have some plastic tools, shovels, hammers, etc. Good props if you don't want to use the real things. I particularly like these scissors. They do seem, of course they're not sharp, they're a prop, but they do seem like they would be functional if they weren't tied to the cardboard, so that's a nice touch. A little ray gun there. And then there's some axes and swords and shields.
Can you keep a secret?
She's creepy, but I would have preferred actually had there been a real child there. Let's see what this one does. It's a nice zombie, and this guy is great. Very creepy, nice contortionist kind of thing. Of course, the two-headed varmint is a must in any Halloween display. This is called the Harvester of Souls.
be mine forever.
It's not fully functional here on the display floor. There are actually fog effects meant to go with that, but it's a very nice prop. And then there's this creepy little girl here.
Why do you look so scared? Everyone in the graveyard just wants to be friends.
I want to be friends with everyone in the graveyard too. Which brings us, of course, to the bones. All of these skulls. Some animal, some human. Nice skeletons, bags of bones, big ones, little ones. There's a nice alien there. There's a bat there on the wall. There's a red one here. Skulls are always fun. They also have a wonderful selection here of fog machines and fog juice and various fog accessories. Hey, there's Sam again from Trick or Treat. More Sam. There's a Pennywise statue that lights up. Very nice. Lots of Pennywise stuff. It is certainly a popular selection this year, and there's a lot of makeup as well. They have various makeup props, different kits for vampires and zombies and what have you. They have a clearance rack here with just an assortment of miscellany. And then here on this wall they have devil horns, devil wings, assorted other costumes. Lots of good stuff there. And then here is a wall of hats. If you're looking for a hat and you don't want to go to a professional hat shop. Again, fitting room closed, an unfortunate sign of the times. And lots of sports-related costumes here. Sports aren't really my thing, but that's good for a lot of people. These are just an assortment of more whimsical costumes. This is where you're going to find things like a hamburger. These are particularly good, the inflatable alien and the inflatable dinosaur, both of which I didn't buy at Spirit, but I actually have. And there's some Scarecrow costumes. If you want to dress up as a creepy Scarecrow, that's perfect. And then, if you get in trouble, who are you going to call? The Ghostbusters, of course. You can dress as a Ghostbuster, and people will call you when they see a ghost. They have an assortment of Fortnite costumes and The Office and Hocus Pocus. Dungeons and Dragons is, of course, right up my alley when I'm not doing the horror thing. Fantasy is always fun, and I've been a Dungeons and Dragons player for years. And then they've got an assortment of pirate costumes, a perennial favorite. These tombstone decorations are actually pretty good. Personally, I prefer to build my own, but these are pretty good. And there's Ghostface, of course. Another classic. Around the corner, more assorted costume bits. A generic hockey mask and bloody knife, if you don't want to spring for the officially licensed version. And there's a nice Wolfman down there. On the other side, some skulls and skeletons, and some general creepy goodness. Lots of good costumes there. And there's Chucky. Everyone loves Chucky. And then an assortment of what they're calling Funhouse. These are creepy clowns and similar things. That's always good. Over here, you will find, if you didn't want to go for the generic, you'll find Freddy and Jason licensed masks. And of course, there are Freddy's gloves. Personally, I prefer to get the gloves. I haven't actually found a good one, but I want one that actually has real knives rather than the cheap plastic. But that's a good option for anyone who's not quite as crazy as me. And of course, the licensed version of the hockey mask. These suits are interesting, and I really kind of wanted one, but the fabric was just not quite good enough for me. There's Pennywise, of course. I love that they have the Tim Curry Pennywise as well. And here are some assorted critters. We have spiders, nice large spiders. We have snakes. Everyone loves a good rubber snake. And there's a perfectly good large scary spider. And then some assorted decor. This is an interesting thing down here, the 5-foot collapsible black coffin. I didn't actually see one open, and I personally prefer to build a coffin out of wood, but that seems like an interesting budget option. Some body parts, and of course, everyone's must have for the Halloween season. Zombie babies. Lovely.
All right, I'm finished at Spirit Halloween. I'm back in my car. I've got a nice little bag of goodies. I'll make another video later on to show off what I've got and review some of the things. I will also be making another video later on to talk about visiting other stores. So stick around for that. In the meantime, take care, stay scared.